Hello everyone. Once again, my name is Diane, and I would like to welcome you to the unofficial Drew Carey's Improv-A-Ganza channel. I almost said child, but I'm certain it's not a child, it's a channel. Where I, in my slightly drug-medicated stupor, will attempt to give you some show reviews of some of the ImprovAGanza tapings that I was at just a few days ago. Once more, I do thank you so very much for being with me and for listening. I hope you're enjoying these, at least to some extent, and that I'm giving you a little bit of information and pointing out a few things here and there and giving you a few of my thoughts and, maybe getting you even more excited than you already were for the new show. Or at least giving you some food for thought. Who knows? I do ask that you please go back and listen to at least the first few videos for some prior information that I already gave, because you might have a question about a few things that I might have already gone through in those first two videos or so. The first 2 or 3 videos. Listen to them all if you have time. I know each one is being like 10 minutes long, and that's a lot to listen to. But if you just, want to put these on in the background sometime and, listen to them like as if they were a podcast, whatever works. But please do listen to the first few before you listen to the ones later on, because they might help you a bit. Anyway, this is the 4th show that I was at. There were 7 shows, so this is the 4th. This was the show that was the early show on January 15th, 2010. This show had Greg Proops, Ryan Stiles, Chip Eston, Jeff B. Davis, Kathy Kinney, and Drew Carey. By the way, for those interested, Ryan was not in the first 2 shows because he was filming 2.5 Men, but he will be a part of every single other show, and Drew will be in every single show as well. The rest of the cast, however, I do believe is rotating, just so everyone knows. The first game that was played was Freeze Tag, which again involves everyone. The second game was New Choice, and it had Greg and Ryan, and they were waiters. And I am a little biased when I say this, but Greg and Ryan are probably my 2 favorite performers to watch, because I think they have just as strong of chemistry performing together as Ryan and Colin did on Whose Line. But I think all the performers are exceedingly talented individuals. I would like to take a moment to praise and commend all of them for working so very hard on these shows. The audience could be a little bit troubling at times, and I know that the performers really gave it their all every show, and they were trying exceedingly hard to be as funny as they could be. And so I would just like to take a moment to say thank you to all of them for doing what they did, despite, even having audience problems here and there, or even sound problems, or whatever came up. They were true professionals, and I hope that their professionalism shines through in the tapings. The third game that was played was a song to an audience member, sung to a woman named Diana, and it was Chip and Jeff who sang it, and they did it in form of a R&B 80s song. Yes, an R&B 80s song. Then the next game was Moving People with Drew and Kathy, and it was supposed to be bowling, but if I remember correctly, the actual scene ended up having very little to do with bowling. The next game was Question This. Remember, it was also was formerly known as Jeopardy, and it consisted of everyone but Jeff. The sixth game was Sound Effects, and with Chip and Ryan, and they were going skydiving. And I remember that one being pretty funny too. The seventh game was Talking Heads. Oh, sorry, I think once they called it Talking Heads, or maybe a couple times they kept calling it either Talking Heads or Two-Headed Expert. It's the same game. I don't remember which one they started calling it as, if it was Talking Heads or Two-Headed Expert. I'm gonna stick with Two-Headed Expert because that's what I know best. And it was with Drew and Kathy, and Greg and Jeff as the other set. And Greg and Jeff were laundry experts. And Drew and Kathy were learning about laundry. And I remember the secret of laundry was pudding. Yeah, pudding. Sentences had Ryan and Jeff. And it was the soap opera Tales of Intrigue. The ninth game was, again, First Date, which I explained, I think it was just in this prior video, how that one works. And it was with Drew and Kathy. Drew and Kathy play First Date a lot, or at least they used to in Improv AllStars. They always seem to be the ones playing First Date. And I believe that First Date was pretty good too, if I remember. And the 10th the 10th game, I'm sorry, was Greatest Hits, with Greatest Hits of the Doctor. And it was Ryan and Greg doing the selling, and Chip and Jeff doing the singing. And then the song styles were a band song, I can't read my own notes. Oh, haha, that's what it says. Sorry. The first style was a jug band. You know, like not exactly like a western, but a jug band. Yeah, if you don't know what jug band is, look it up, because I don't know exactly how to describe it. And also in the form of blues, and in the form of a boy band. The boy band being particularly funny, I do remember. Just think like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and whatnot. And the final game was Fairy Tale. And it was the story of a military brat. And they had a special guest for this particular fairy tale. And I think I might screw up his name. And if I do apologize, because I can never remember how to say his last name correctly. So please don't hate me. Brian Posehn was the special guest. And he is a stand-up comedian. He's worked with Greg together on a couple things, I do believe. They've done some stand-up shows together. He's a very funny guy. So please look him up. He was a part of Fairy Tale. And he did alright. It was fun. It was good to see him there. And I don't know what they mean by special guests, that all the special guests are going to be a part of Fairy Tale. Or if there's going to be special guests there for more than one game. But he was there. And it was nice. Anyway, that was that show. So I'm going to end it here. And then I'll continue with the next show. There's only 3 more to do. Which is good, because I'm starting to lose my voice again. Alright. Well, I hope everyone's having a great evening. And thanks again for listening. Peace out.